Hello everyone, I have a special guest with me. His name is Joey Bravo. He is a comedic actor. I met him through the Long Beach Acting and Film Association. We're both members of LBAFA, and he is a comedy actor. And what else do you do in your life?
I do comedy acting. I do improv, which is comedy acting.
But what is your regular job right now?
I see movies and I act.
Oh, well there you go.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes,
I wish I could get paid to do that. I quit my job.
You think I get paid?
All right, so we're laughing right now because we saw a comedy right now.
Oh, did we?
And the film is called Tammy, and it stars Melissa McCarthy, and it's directed by her husband. They also wrote the screenplay, but it's directed by her husband, Ben Falcone. They have come together, and they have brought so many talented, wonderful people that I absolutely love, from Gary Cole, Mark Duplass, Kathy Bates, Sandra Oh, Dan Aykroyd. Did I miss anybody?
Aykroyd.
Oh, yeah. Nat Faxon?
Sure.
Nate Faxon. He's an Oscar winner. He won an Oscar for writing the screenplay to The Descendants.
He'll get another one.
And
for
it
this.
stars Toni Collette. Oh my gosh, there's just so many people in this film. I mean, it's got to be great. And of course, the great Allison Janney. Love Allison Janney ever since I saw her in American Beauty. So this is a great collaboration of all these talented people. They have come together because they're probably really good friends with Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone. And Melissa McCarthy is the star of this film. She plays Tammy. She is very white trash. She is married, but in the course of the beginning of this film, she loses her job and she finds out her husband is cheating on her. So she grabs Susan Sarandon. Did I even mention Susan Sarandon?
Maybe.
I might have forgotten Susan Sarandon, but Susan Sarandon's in this movie, and she plays her grandmother. Yay, and now it's a road trip movie. And we all know Susan Sarandon is the best when it comes to road trip movies because she is part of one of the greatest road trip movies ever made, Thelma and Louise.
Yes.
But no, that's not the way I felt about this movie. Before going to this movie, I really liked Melissa McCarthy. I loved her in The Heat and in Bridesmaids. So I was really excited to see this movie because I liked the initial trailer where she robs the like McDonald's kind of store, Topper Jacks, whatever it was.
Topper Jacks,
yeah, she robs the store, and so I thought all that stuff was funny, so I was really excited to see this movie. How do you feel before seeing this film?
Like my impressions coming
Yeah,
in.
coming in. What would you feel?
Well, I haven't seen a lot of Melissa McCarthy stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't personally. I've avoided it because whatever. So I kind of had a bad kind of taste coming in, but I figured I'd give it a chance. There was so many great actors in it. Perhaps it had the opportunity to be, really good. I mean, It's got Dan the Man Aykroyd in it. I call him that.
Yeah, he's a great comedic actor. Hasn't done anything perfect or anything in the last few years, but he was always known for his great stuff in the 70s and 80s. But
Ghostbusters.
yeah, all this great stuff. So would you say you're a fan of Melissa McCarthy?
I'm not sure. I never really
Not
liked
sure.
her stuff, but so then I was kind of on her. And after this movie, I'm still kind of on her.
Really? Tell us your real feelings about this film.
This film was really, really boring to me. I felt like it was a bunch of just sequences that happened with no real timing. There wasn't like, and it builds up here and then it falls here. It would go and it would stop, and they would have these very serious conversations. And there were just so many serious conversations and lull points that the pacing just wore me out. I just bored.
Would you say this might have worked better if it was a drama?
Oh God, no, not with this cast.
There's a lot of dramatic actors that are actually in here known for their dramatic. I mean, Susan Sarandon's known for her being a dramatic actor, won an Oscar.
Yeah.
And Allison Janney and Kathy Bates. I mean, she won an Oscar too for being in a dramatic role.
I feel that Kathy Bates was one of the only people in it that actually embraced the seriousness of it. A lot of people were doing these serious roles, but they were silly earlier, and it felt like the style of the film was kind of weird. It was comedy, and they had and I don't know. I just felt they weren't sincere. I felt Kathy Bates was sincere, but everything else is just kind of.
Would you say it's a mixed bag?
Yeah.
Or maybe more than that?
No, I mean it's just. Yeah, I would say that. I would say.
Johnny Bravo. Johnny, I just called you Johnny Bravo. I knew I was going to do it, and I didn't, and I didn't want to. Joey Bravo just said that.
Yes, I did just say that.
Again, I had some expectations going into this film because I think Melissa McCarthy is funny. She hasn't been in the greatest comedies recently. What I mean is, she's hit or miss, but I love when she hits. I like her when she plays outrageous characters that have so much confidence. I mean, they know what they're talking about. These characters know what they're talking about, but they're still outrageous. They're still out there. And I love a good R-rated comedy. I love outrageousness, and I love it to be crude and funny. But her character is a complete idiot.
Yes.
And you really don't like her. And I like characters in movies that are unlikable to the universe that's created around them. But then they come off, we start to care about them. For some reason, these unlikable characters become likable. No one in this film is likable. I didn't really like anybody in this movie, and it was really sad to see all these talented people come together who I believe are talented. And I would like for Ben Falcone and Melissa McCarthy to, they messed up the first time with this Tammy movie, but maybe if they get together again, maybe they can form something better the next time. It's the first time they've been doing this, I believe, as husband, wife, actor and actress, writer and director. But
eventually they'll get as good as the whole Resident Evil team.
Yeah, maybe by the fifth time. Maybe they'll get it right by the sixth time. The sixth one's coming out next year.
Tammy in 3D, yeah. I think will definitely do that. Well, I mean, going on characters, that's part of my problem with it was that there was no character backstory really. We were just thrown into Melissa McCarthy attempts to do stuff, can't do it, and falls down. And then that was that. And then there was crazy grandma, even though grandma looks the same age as Melissa.
She's only 24 years, actually. She's only 24 years older. There's only a 24-year difference between them.
Yeah, and then the mother, I'm bad with the actress's name. They all look the same age.
Yeah.
And it looked like she was wearing this gray wig. Anyway, the characters don't really have any backstory. They don't really have any moral compass.
Well, I think what you're trying to say is you just don't give a crap about them. You don't care about them. You don't care.
And even if I tried, Tammy does one thing with a character, and then you're like, okay, so this is that. And then the next scene, the encounter, trying to avoid spoilers, a similar situation, she goes, oh, I can't do that because that would be immoral. And I'm like, but an hour earlier
you did all this other stuff.
Right, and now I'm like, huh? And then I would forget people existed. There was a lot of, it was like, here's the scene.
And then there's a forced relationship that happens between Melissa McCarthy and Mark Duplass that I didn't believe at all. At first they're like this, oh, I don't really like you, but I like you, but I don't really like you. And then they have to force this oh, but I can look past your faults and we can be together somehow.
And what was the actor's name who was
Mark Duplass. Great actor.
Mark Duplass,
great writer and actor.
In this film, he was very good with his serious acting because he was a straight man to Melissa McCarthy's derpiness, but he did it so straight and he was so small. Because even when she was being serious, she'd kind of mug and be like, "Well, I'm just," and he was just like, "Hey, Chad, it's really great to be here. I'm really." Yeah, I like this color on you. And he was being honest and real, but it had no place in this film. It had no place. I'm sorry. Every time he came on screen, I'm like, I could replace you with 30 people in it.
Yeah, I don't know why all these people had to come together. Maybe because they like Melissa. I mean, I would love to work with Melissa McCarthy on a movie. I think she's very talented, but this was just a project that just fell right flat on its face. And what's more depressing than anything in life? What's the most thing that's depressing, in my opinion, is when a comedy movie, just isn't funny. That is the most depressing. And this movie, at times, the first 10 minutes, things weren't really that great, but I was laughing a little bit, okay, it's got to get better. It's got to get better. And in the beginning, they throw a really great film, some great '80s music in the beginning of the movie, and I thought, oh, maybe this will be a cool throwback to '80s films. Incorporate all this great '80s music and make it a really funny movie that reminds us why we like all these people. And then it just became just a flat line. And I wanted it to be over 20 minutes in. I never walk out of a movie, and I never will, no matter what the film is. I wanted to just walk out of this movie. I really did. And it's easy when you go see a comedy and the audience is not really liking it. They don't laugh as much. And I felt like there wasn't a lot of laughing going on. There was one woman in the background that was laughing.
There was 3 people, but it was really easy stuff.
And I don't even, sitting right next to you, I didn't notice you laughing at all.
Oh, I know. Well, yeah. You know what I think I realized why I was bored? Is because the comedy wasn't very funny. And then when it got into dramatic scenes and I knew nothing about the characters' backgrounds, and I was like, well, I don't care. So even when there's slapstick, I'm like, not funny. And then, so I think that's what it was. I was just bored by the general disinterest of this film. But yeah, the audience didn't seem to really,
I feel like more chuckling happened than actual hard laughs.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Yeah, that was it, and it was so depressing because just watching all these talented people come together, and it's dog crap.
You may cut this out if you want, but what was with the CGI deer?
Well,
What? Every animal in this thing is really bad computer
You're
generated.
just to say the special effects are bad.
I have to say it.
Yeah.
They were distractingly bad.
Well, luckily, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of special effects in this movie. You know, it's not a
but
special effects-driven film.
Yeah. Every scene that requires computer animation is obviously
There's a scene that happens right in the beginning where the deer gets hit, and for some reason the deer's like on its other side. So it's like if the deer really got hit, it would have been on the other side, wouldn't it?
Well, it's weird. She has a real deer up close that she's touching, so you can see her fingers on the fur.
Yeah.
And then like it cuts, and it's this cartoon deer with these like weird blinking like Santa Claus animatronic kind of like things, and it's like.
I bet this film is a very small budget, but I don't know why Warner Brothers and New Line had to distribute it.
Well, comedy is a visual medium. You can't just have people like, if we stand here any longer, you're going to turn this off. Like, it's a visual
it's already
medium.
10 minutes, dude.
It's 10 minutes!
Okay, stop. Conclude yourself.
I was bored.
Yeah, this is not even a good comedy. It was not even watchable, and I wouldn't recommend it. I'd say skip the film. There's got to be better comedies coming our way. You know what? There's a comedy that's out right now. It's called They Came Together. It's a great comedy. It's a lot of fun. Check this out. It's limited release. It's for me, it's the only comedy we're seeing this year. The comedies have sucked this year, and Tammy's a prime example. Do you want to give it a rating, or just want to say anything else before we close?
Bah.
Okay. I would just give it 1 star. I mean, it's just a terrible film, and it's really sad to say that because I think there's a lot of talented people that are just completely wasting their time. They look like they had a lot of fun making the movie, but they're wasting our time as an audience, and that's all I'm going to say about Tammy.
You should listen to this man. This man knows films. Comment, and subscribe. Do they still do that? Like, comment, and subscribe?
I do it all the time. All
right.
I love people to
like, comment, and subscribe.
And comment whether you agree or disagree with what we just talked about. I mean, Tammy is out in theaters right now. It's 4th of July weekend. Joey, I want to call you that. Joey Bravo, who are you?
I'm Joey Bravo.
Let's hawk yourself, promote yourself.
Hi, I'm Joey Bravo. You have no idea who I am or if I'm going to be in future episodes.
Can they find you somewhere on Twitter or?
I don't believe in technology.
No media? No social media?
I have no social media. Maybe that's why I'm not getting hired to act in things like Tammy.
I'm MovieManCHAD. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePod.com. And if you've enjoyed this video review, please click right here. Let us know what you thought. If you'd like to have Joey Bravo come back for another review in the future, let me know. Thank you again so much for watching. I wish you a happy 4th of July, especially if you live in America. If you live outside of America, happy Friday, everyone. And have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life. And I'll see you at my next movie review. Thanks, Joey Bravo.
You're welcome. America.
America. There's a movie called America coming out. I'm not even going to see it. There is a movie called America. So I'm going to go see that soon. All right, guys. Peace be with you, my friends.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love.